friends, welcome back in your own channel, that is Byju's classes. Keeping in mind the interest of the students of English literature, especially the students of class 9 under the board of Central Board of Secondary Education, I am preparing this video and I hope that they would find this video so helpful. So today I am going to cover up a story, that is The Adventures of Toto. I am going to explain it, and I am just going to summarize the story as well, and I think it would be helpful for them to understand the present story. So the present story, as you can see, The Adventures of Toto, it's written by Ruskin. So before we just start reading the story, let's know something about the author. There is, I think, hardly anyone who has not heard the name of the author named Ruskin, since Ruskin is an Indian author. However, he is of British descent, but he considers and he calls himself an Indian, and we should also be proud of this fact. So Ruskin was born in 1934, and he lives in Landor, Mussoorie in India, and the Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children literature in India. So Ruskin has a great contribution in the growth of children literature, and he was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grows in Dera, for this novel. For his novel Our Trees Still Grows in Dera, Ruskin was also awarded with the Sahitya Akademi Award. So dear students, whenever you are just going to read any story or any poem, it comes under your duty that you should also know about the person behind the text, that is the author. And Ruskin was also awarded with Padma Shri in 1999, and then in the year 2014 with Padma Bhushan. So today we are going to talk about, or we are going to study a very wonderful story by this author, and the name of the story is The Adventures of Toto. So let's begin it. The Adventures of Toto. So one thing we have understood, that this story is going to reveal before us some adventures which have been done by somebody, but we are not sure about the character of Toto, that who is this character Toto. Toto is actually the name of a baby monkey, but the baby monkey here has been named as Toto. So we can say that here the monkey has been adopted by someone as a pet. Yes, here in the story we would find that a baby monkey has been kept in a house as a pet, and it has been named Toto. So we all more or less have an experience of keeping a pet in our home, and we know that all the pets are not so quiet and calm. Many of the pets are so mischievous by nature. So let's see whether Toto is mischievous or calm by nature. So here begins the story. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. That means the author's grandfather, or the narrator's grandfather, we should rather go ahead with the narrator. We should not go ahead with the author. This is something that you should note down, that whenever they ask you that who bought Toto, you should write that the narrator's grandfather, and you should not write the author's grandfather. Anyways, the narrator's grandfather once bought this monkey Toto from a Tonga driver. Tonga driver means one who rides a horse-drawn carriage. They are generally called Tonga or Tonga drivers. Though these types of Tongas are not cannot be seen anymore, but once they could be seen so frequently in India. Anyways, so the narrator's grandfather once bought this Toto, that means the monkey, baby monkey Toto, from a Tonga driver with rupees 5 only. Okay. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Actually, the grandfather was so fond of keeping animals and birds in his home. He made a sort of private zoo in his home by the collection of various birds and animals. That means the narrator's grandfather was a animal lovers and bird lovers. Anyways, so one day he discovered the baby monkey Toto in a totally misfit condition. How? The grandfather saw that the Tonga driver had kept the baby monkey Toto tied with a rope to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place. That means the monkey was not happy in that state, and that very state was not suitable for the monkey. That means the author's grandfather found the monkey not in an ideal condition, not in an ideal environment. So in order to give the monkey an ideal environment for living, and out of his love for animals, being led by all these things, he decided to buy the monkey from the Tonga driver. So again a question may come that why did he buy the monkey, and whom did he buy it from, or who did he buy it from? So I think now you can write the answer well. Anyways, now who is this Toto? Toto was a pretty monkey. Now Toto is being introduced to us, the readers. The author is introducing Toto to us. Toto was actually a pretty monkey, a monkey which was so pretty to look at. So cute looking monkey. Here comes his physical description. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows. Being a monkey or being an ape, they are so hairy. They have more hairs on their body in comparison with the human beings. So the monkey had broad eyebrows, and beneath the eyebrows he had two eyes which used to sparkle, and in the midst of its eyes one can easily find mischief. Yes, that's so true, and the description is so appearing here. Any boys and girls who are so little, their mischief can easily be found in their eyes. Yes, how mischievous they are, how restless they are, we can easily find it in their eyes also, in their appearance also. So that's so true here. So here the description of the physical appearance of the baby monkey, that is Toto, is very important. They may ask you a question from it. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were pearly white, and its teeth were as white as pearls. Sorry, pearly white, not pearly. Which were pearly white, and the teeth that the monkey had were as white as pearl. So it's a simile. So quite often they ask you questions based on figure of speech as well. So it's a simile here, which were pearly white, and you can also take it as a metaphor. Okay, so basically it's a comparison. So the monkey had teeth as white as pearl, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. Yes. With its teeth, it used to give a smile so often or so frequently, and this smile used to frighten the Anglo-Indian ladies, elderly Anglo-Indian ladies the narrator had in their families. Anyways, কি হলো? So that's the thing. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in sun for many years. And his hands the skin on his hands looked so dried up or skinny, as if they have been dried in the sun for many years. Yes. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, yet his fingers were quick and wicked. Yes, that means the monkey was restless, and so are his fingers. That means the monkey was so restless. It used to touch this, used to throw that. In this sense only it has been said that yet his fingers were quick and wicked. And his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks. Yes. Also served as a third hand. Yes. Here grandfather is saying that it has a tail, and the tail also added beauty to its look or appearance. And the monkey used to utilize its tail as a third hand. Okay. And grandfather thinks that this tail used to add an additional beauty to the monkey. I think it's also true. As a peacock is more beautiful because of its tail. And that's why we say that a peahen is not so beautiful in comparison with a peacock. So tail also plays a vital role. Tail also plays a vital role in beautifying an animal. Anyways, he could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Yes. And Toto used to utilize its tail frequently, every now and then, to hang from a branch of a tree, or to reach at something which was at a distance, or which he found difficult to touch with its hands. Yes. So the monkey Toto here used to utilize its tail in many ways. Anyways, grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So here we find that though the grandfather is fond of birds and animals and keeping them in his home, but grandmother is not so. Every time grandfather brings any birds and animals in the house, grandmother always makes some complaints in the beginning. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept as a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. So it was also decided that the fact won't be revealed before grandmother, that now grandfather has brought a monkey in their house. So they decided that now they would keep the presence of the monkey all secret from grandmother. The monkey Toto's presence won't be revealed before grandmother. That means they won't let the grandmother know that now they have brought a monkey also. So they just kept the monkey secret from her. And they just decided that when the grandmother would be in a good mood, then only they would let her know about the presence of Toto. Okay. But we know that hiding an object is easy, but hiding an animal, a being, is more difficult. Here I think you students can relate your experience of watching the movie Koi Mil Gaya, into which Hrithik Roshan was there, Preeti Zinta was there. There they tried their best to hide Jadoo, the alien, from others, especially from the grandmother. However, they could not keep him secret for a long time. So that's the thing. If you can relate your text with your real life experiences or with some films that you have enjoyed, then you find the text more lively and attractive to study. Anyways, grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall. They initially thought that they would keep the monkey in a corner of the narrator's bedroom wall where he was tied securely. So we thought to a peg fastened into the wall. They just thought that they would keep the monkey adjacent to a wall of his bedroom, and it would be tied with something to a peg on the wall so that the monkey cannot go anywhere else. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, after a few hours they decided to go back and to have a look at the monkey, but we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. So what they did, they just kept the monkey adjacent to a wall, and they just tried to make a temporary structure in order to conceal the monkey from the other members of the family. They just tried to muffle it up or cover up with some temporary structures made of wood and papers. But when they just returned to see is the monkey in a good condition or not, what they found was quite unexpected and surprising. They just found that the temporary structure of paper and cloth, whatever were there, the complete structure had fallen down like that of a house which has turned into a debris of brick and plaster. Yes, that means the peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket. They even had fixed a peg or a hook on the wall so that the monkey cannot go anywhere by tearing the rope, but it had also uprooted the peg or the hook from the wall. And my school blazer, which had been hanging in there, was in shreds. And there was the school blazer, school uniform of the narrator, which was hanging by the side of the wall. It was in a pathetic condition. That means when the monkey could succeed in setting itself free, it just tore the blazer into several pieces. So dear students, that's all for today. In the next video, I would explain the remaining portion of the text to you, and I hope that the students who have this story in their syllabus, especially the students of class 9 under the Central Board of Secondary Education, they have this one in their supplementary reader moments. I think they would find it more useful, and the students of English literature as well, they would also find the story quite enjoyable. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe the channel and share with your friends.